What's up, gamers? Today we are going to be rating my videos. Ignore the terrible green screen that's like ignore the green screen. Nothing I can do about that. Just ignore it. So, you may be asking, Tommylmao, why are you doing this? And that's kind of been the theme these past few videos. Kinda, why are you doing this? Well, honestly, part of it is I've been feeling quite nostalgic these past few days. I've been watching a lot of my old videos. Some of them I've even kind of enjoyed. And we've also reached 2.5k pretty recently, so it's a pretty big milestone for me. So that'll be a little fun kind of celebration thing. Now, we have just about every single one of the videos I've ever posted on my channel. Here, a lot of them can't even watch them. Some of them have just straight up been blocked from every single country in existence. And this is not including Let's Plays or channel updates or things like that. Basically, anything that I put serious effort into is on here. Actually, I'm not really sure why there's just like a penguin there. That's kind of... I don't think I've ever released like a penguin video. I guess we'll just ignore that. So, anyways, that being said, we are also going to be talking a little bit about each video, of course. Sort of the ideas behind them, the reception, stuff like that, you know. So this might be somewhat of a longer one. So let's stop delaying and let's get to rating. We are going to start with, statistically speaking, the one video where most of you guys know me from. And that video is, of course, it's actually a lot hard to find it now that I'm looking at 30 some videos right now. Where is it? Okay, there it is. Love Live has a dub. Now, we're not basing this tier list, by the way, on how much views it got or how well received it was. We're just gonna be basing it on more or less how good I think it is. And it's gonna consider a little bit how well it did, obviously, but it's mostly just based on how good I think the video was, how much effort I put into it, and that kind of translates into, you know, how good I thought the content of the video actually was. Love Live has a dub was one of, if not the least amount of effort I've ever put into making a video. Ever, I think. And I've made videos in like an hour, straight up. In fact, the most recent one I made in less than an hour. But anyways, Love Live has a dub. I think, first of all, it's extremely unoriginal. Like, that type of video has been done a billion times, right? So it's not an original idea. Very few editing was actually done. Actually, there was actually kind of a decent amount of editing for the kind of video it is, because usually most of those types of videos just straight up don't have any editing. It's like a bunch of clips that they kind of throw together. This one had some edits, and they're actually pretty funny, but definitely not the best work that I can put out there, or I have put out there. But oh my, it has over 200,000 views right now. It's insane how popular that video is. And I understand why. Like, it's a funny video, but I just wish that it kind of portrayed a little bit more of my talents as a content creator. Anyways, it's kind of stupid to be like complaining about that, obviously, because, you know, like, most people just straight up will not get any views, and their content's like extremely good, much better than mine. But we're gonna put Love Live has a dub in B tier, run of the mill, maybe slightly below average, but I mean, maybe we should actually talk about the tiers before I start rating them. SS tier, in God tier, amazing videos. S tier, very good, portraying a lot of my talents as a content creator. A tier, just solid overall. B tier, pretty good, but nothing kind of extraordinary. C tier is going to be not very reflective of how good I can be, very low effort kind of stuff. D is really bad. F is only, I think I have one video in mind in particular, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So now that we've gotten that completely out of order rating system out of the way, Love Live has a dub will be in B tier. As for Love Live Sunshine has a dub too. Where are you? Where is you Watanabe? There you are. That's gonna be an A tier. Now, as I'll explain as I rate more videos, a lot of them I have a certain mindset behind of, like, this is why this video is gonna blow up and become viral and get so many views, and I'll become famous and I can drop out of school and just most videos be a professional YouTube content creator, and obviously that never pans out that way. This was the one time where I was like, this is gonna blow up, it's gonna get a ton of views, like for sure, and it did. It got, I think it has like 90k at this point right now. Definitely put a lot more effort into this one because I knew that this would kind of catch on, and obviously I linked it to in a pinned comments, in the description, and in the end screen of Love Live has a dub, which was still getting tons of views at that time. So I knew this one was going to get really popular, so I put a lot more effort into it. I still think the format just holds it back from being S tier, but I really liked some of the jokes that I did. I think they were actually pretty funny. I'm not going to be giving myself a lot of credit in this tier list, I'm not going to be honest. I'm very much a kind of, not perfectionist, but hold myself to a really high standard when it comes to my videos. But this one I thought was pretty funny. It's pretty good. I like some of the edits. Definitely the edit at the end. I'm not sure how many of you guys have seen that video, but the Scrubs ending, I thought that was really good. Fun fact, because I use a 20-second music clip of Scrubs, or I Don't Want No Scrubs, or whatever you call that song, I kind of forgot. I didn't get any money off that video, which, you know, sucks. And my philosophy is that, like, if a video gets me a lot of subscribers and like a following, then even if I make no money off of it, it's still worth it, because, you know, obviously the goal is to get a lot of followers and a lot of viewers and stuff like that. So I didn't mind too much, but I did miss out on a pretty decent amount of YouTube money for 90k views. And fun fact, that video is banned in Denmark, and I just found that out when I took the thumbnail from YouTube Studios, that you can't watch that video in Denmark. So all you Denmark people who are out there, unlucky, but I guess you can't watch it in Denmark. That's really unfortunate. Okay, so we got the two big ones. Why don't we go to a video that I thought was extremely underrated, which was, I'm actually trying to find it, and I kinda can't. Where is it? The Anime Awards. I thought that was a very good video. So the Anime Awards, I'm sure most of you guys, almost all of you guys, have never seen that video. It didn't really catch on. I think it has a couple hundred views maybe, which isn't, you know, terrible for the amount of subscribers I have, but I mean, if you guys notice, like, a lot of my videos get a lot of views, but I just don't get the subscribers for it, which is fine, you know. Who's complaining besides myself right now? So, the Anime Awards, I went into Face Rig. I did the virtual YouTuber thing because I just didn't really feel like showing my face off, and it was a lot of recording. Like, it's a very long video, and I thought it was really cool, like the concept of it. It's kind of like an Emmys for anime, and because like the Game Awards was such a failure, I thought it'd be kind of funny. It's kind of making fun of that, but also kind of not, because, you know, I'm trying to do better. So we had a bunch of categories for that. Took a bunch of clips from different anime, and I gave some reason behind that, and I kind of wrote like a decent amount per kind of per thing. I put a lot of effort into it. A lot of good editing was involved in that, and I thought it was a really cool idea, but it didn't catch on. So unfortunate, unlucky. What can you do? And so I thought that video was pretty underrated. Okay, so we're going to move on, I guess, to a. Where do you go from here? Do I go underrated? What's an underrated video? Or overrated. What's an overrated video? Well, I'm not sure really overrated is the right word. Okay, no, it's a little bit overrated. So, the Phantom or the Phantom Thieves in a nutshell, or no, it was the Phantom Thieves Strike Again, Persona 5 in a nutshell. This had 50,000 views. This was another extremely popular video. I made this video very early on, and I didn't really have a ton of editing skills at all. I still didn't know how to like track motion, like in the Sony Vegas, which is the program I use. So not to bore you guys with the details, but I did some really janky editing, and it was basically just putting faces over people and putting Joker's face over one guy, as he did this like obstacle course thing. You can find it on my channel. It's hard to explain. And that video kind of blew up. Fun fact, I had never played Persona by that point. I hardly knew what Persona was. I just liked the concept, and I liked the Life Will Change song. So I made that video barely knowing anything about Persona. I didn't know who Ryuji or An or Makoto were. I just knew Joker, Persona 5, Life Will Change, cool song, and I know he gets arrested. It is a miracle that that video didn't turn into a complete train wreck, just based on the lack of knowledge I have of Persona. But then again, no Persona fans actually have played Persona 5, so let's... I'm really going for the low-hanging fruit there. But that was extremely overrated video, in my opinion. I think it was funny. I think the idea was pretty funny, but it wasn't. It just objectively it wasn't that good of a video. Not a lot of editing. The idea was good, but it was nah. All right. So we got overrated, underrated, extremely popular. Now we are just going into videos that I think were really good of mine. And we are going to be putting the Love is Like a Cocktail English Fandub in there, and we're going to be putting all three, even though I only see two, and I don't know why. Okay, episode 1, episode 3. Did I not? Is episode 2 not on here? That's the bloopers. I don't think I actually put episode 2 in. That is embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. Which makes me think, did I miss anything else? I mean, okay, we're gonna be kind of assuming that I didn't miss any other videos, but if I did, that's awkward. So anyways, the Love is Like Cocktail Fandub series. I had obviously done voice work, as in on my channel, but I've never really done it in any project, even remotely similar to this one. Which is why this one is very special to me. This project I started kind of off of a whim. I really liked the Love is Like a Cocktail, like the series. I thought it was really nice and cute, kind of. So I thought, you know, I have an idea. What if we just voice this? And I had the one person who I reached out to was TK Games, who I had watched her channel, and I thought she'd be pretty fun to do some voice work. So I said, hey, it's kind of a weird question. Or anyway, no, this was the origin for, was that? Okay, no, Persona 5 was after. But I have an idea of doing kind of a voiceover project, and I think I heard from somewhere that you were interested in doing voice acting, so this might be a fun little thing. What do you say? And, you know, she said, sure, why not? It was a lot more work than I thought it'd be. Voicing things is hard, especially when your natural tone of speaking is closer to this, rather than like up here where the character is supposed to be, you know? So like, a lot of people made fun of me because I had to sound really high pitched, and that obviously wasn't my normal tone of voice. I got so much shit from this from like people that I knew in real life. It actually discouraged me for a while from making the rest of the series, but I'm so glad I did because I think these videos are just so good. I think it turned out really great. TK Games did such a great job in all of them. And I don't know, I think this is about peak Tommylmao content, honestly, and depending on who you ask, that could be a good or bad thing, but I think the videos and the entire series as a whole was just really good. I'm a big fan of the work that TK Games and I did, and I just think that the videos turned out great. So, that is Love is Like a Cocktail, English Fandub. Of course, feel free to watch it. Moving on. Well, I guess since we're on the topic, we'll put the bloopers video behind that as well. Not a lot of editing, but it was just pretty free, easy content. It was just fun and nice and cute. So that's B tier. Nothing wrong with that. It's kind of weird putting stupid bloopers video and that had like maybe 100 views and 200,000 view video, which is like kind of my claim to fame. I'm not trying to gas myself up. There's probably a better word for it. Like most popular video, right next to each other in B tier, but it's the rating system I'm using. It may or may not make sense to y'all, but that's what it is. Moving on. What a break. So hot. All right. Now on to, let's see, one of my newer, somewhat popular videos. Try not to cringe. How'd I do it? How's it going, all you beautiful people? Today, something. Try not to cringe. Yandere Edition. I did it very enthusiastically. I don't really know why. Whenever I'm watching it, I kind of feel like, what's this guy doing? Why is he? It just sounds so unnatural. Not D tier. No. We're gonna be putting this in A tier. So I like everything about this video. I like the idea behind it. I thought it was pretty unique. I like the execution of it. Like, nobody has ever really done like a challenge. Like, the Yandere dev situation was obviously just such a huge thing, and kind of everyone wanted in on it, as did I, obviously. And I was like, there's so much cringe stuff on Yandere dev, and if I make like an informative video on like the stuff he's done, nobody's gonna care because there are 100 other videos just like that, and I wouldn't be adding anything new. Like, obviously Yandere dev is a terrible excuse for a human being, but I mean, everyone's saying that. What am I really gonna contribute there? So instead, I was like, let's just take a more funny kind of spin on this. It's kind of hard to be funny about something, some stuff that's just so gross in general, like all the stuff that he's done. But I had ideas like, you know, obviously the chalice is a big thing with Yandere dev. If I incorporate that in like a funny way, I think that would be kind of an interesting kind of like take on it, I guess. Maybe that's a weird way of putting it, but I thought it'd be kind of cool. So what I did was obviously the challenge, which was if you cringe, you consume a chalice. I drank so much milk. I felt so terrible for the next like day. Like I went to bed and then when I woke up, I was like, oh god, I still feel awful from all that milk. But I think it was worth it. 10k views, not too shabby at all. And from that video, I just had like, I don't want to exaggerate, like I hate when people exaggerate, but there were like probably about 30 people telling me that I look like Joker from Persona 5. I kind of see it. I kind of don't though. It's mostly the hair. Was everyone saying? Also the glasses. I guess it's a vague kind of resemblance, but I think if we're comparing myself to a Persona dude, I would say Yu Narukami is the way that I would not only prefer, but I think it's more realistic. I also cosplayed him one time, which I might show off one day. Yeah. So that is Yandere dev. Try not to cringe. Let's see. What was another video that you guys might be interested in? Okay, well, let's put another, in my opinion, underrated video. This Week in Anime. I think that was a pretty good video. Basically, it was like kind of like a news thing for anime, which hasn't really been done. You think it would be like a thing that's kind of that everyone has done already, but not in my whenever I make a video or I'm planning a video, I always like look like, has this been done before? If so, do a lot of people know about it? It doesn't matter that everyone's gonna be like, oh my, you're just copying this guy. Not that I copy people, or at least I try not to. But yes, anime news hasn't really been a thing that's been done. So I was like, you know, it'll be funny. What if I open up Facebook again, use the character model, which kind of somewhat vaguely looks like me if I had like brown hair. Anyways, and what if I just made like a kind of like a news thing, I guess. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was a cool idea. I thought I did a lot of good editing. I got even multiple camera angles, which is kind of hard to do when you're in 2D. Didn't quite gain much popularity. I think it has maybe like 100 views-ish. So unlucky. Going, and let's bring things back to the newest video ever. What was it called? I just released this video. How did I not know what it was called? A Very Angry Korone. Terrible video. Funny video. Really funny video. I think like it was funny, and that was it. Took zero effort. Under an hour from idea pop into mind to video is on youtube.com/c/Tommylmao. Bad video. Bad video. Good, I mean, good in terms of funny. Bad video. Objectively, bad video. Moving on. Let's see. Let's go with the one video I really wanted to do good. Hitorigoto. But it's a mashup. Put that in B tier. I worked so hard on that video. Like, it was such a good idea because like Hitorigoto was like kind of a meme at the time. It was like Hitorigoto, but it's I don't know, something else. And I had the idea, I was like, yo, what if I made like a remix, like, and like kind of like everyone's circulation, like the Renai circulation kind of parodies, sort of. I thought that'd be a cool idea, and I do it for Hitorigoto. I was not nearly good enough. I did not have the editing skills. I did not have the kind of audio editing skills. I was way too green for it. It was such a good idea. It was such a good, and maybe one day I'll like remake it, but it didn't sound great. I don't think it sounded terrible, but it just execution just wasn't quite there, and it didn't really catch on. Actually, kind of got a few dislikes even. It wasn't very popular with really anyone. So Hitorigoto, the mashup, that is going to be in B tier solely because of the amount of effort it took. I actually spent like several weeks just only working on that, like not doing anything else, just working on that one video. And man, has there never been less of a payoff for the amount of time I put in. That video did not do very good. On a video that did do pretty good is the Doki Doki Day Club thing. I've explained this in my Doki Doki Blue Skies video, so I won't go over what happened to that project again. Basically, okay, fine. I'll give the short version. The project like manager, kind of the person who was in charge of it, just straight up disappeared. We don't know where he went, so that project is not. I don't know what happened. But oh well. So C tier. I mean, it really wasn't any of my work, really. I didn't really help, or the video itself, I didn't really do anything to it. It was just kind of gameplay that I took with permission. And yeah, I mean, it was exciting, definitely watching it. Like I would have been excited if I didn't know anything about the project. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really. It's not that I didn't put effort into it, but you know, it's just kind of a video. Bowsette. Pretty bad video. Bowsette was like, came out as the biggest trend, and everyone wanted in on the trend, including myself, so I made like a very short, like 1-2 minute video on Bowsette. Just a bunch of videos, just a bunch of images that I clipped together in the kind of tempo of a song. I think it was like something High Heels, I don't know. It did pretty well. I mean, I was very small channel at the time, so it did a lot better than I thought, or than most other videos did, but I mean, it wasn't like, it didn't go viral or anything. But I don't think it was a bad video. I mean, I don't think any of my videos are really bad except for one, but not super great, not super indicative of my best work. But then again, it was a video on a character which had no official media tied to it, so I can only really just take fan art and use that. Now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't really credit any of those artists. I kind of feel bad about that, but again, the video didn't really get anywhere anyway, so whatever. Moving on. I guess we'll just get our really bad videos out of the way. Gangweed. Is it funny? I used like a gangweed meme. It wasn't funny. Moving on. Nothing else to really say about that. Alright, let's do another, I think, really underrated video. It was, I think the title was I Am Become Kizuna AI, Destroyer of Acceptable Behavior. Where I went, because the idea was, obviously I have a really low tone of voice. I have like a very deep voice. And it'd be funny, because the whole joke was, oh, VTubers are actually dudes, which is so largely untrue. And I was like, what if I just did that? And I did a bunch of games at the ones that Kizuna AI did, and Kizuna AI was like a new thing at that point. So I wanted in on so many videos. I want in on this trend, but you know, I want to obviously add something new, because if you're not adding something new, you're not gonna get any views on this. So it was actually a pretty cool kind of thing, like a project. I worked on a very long time on it. Well, I put a lot of effort into it, and I even made like a proto like dating sim thing with like 2 scenes, or with like 1 scene, but like it was still pretty ambitious for the skills that I had, and you know, for the skills I had, it came out quite well. Did not get the views. Does not have the views to show for it. So that's what it is. Let's go with In Defense of Sayaka, Maizono. I thought that was a very, very, very good video. Very well thought out. I wrote a 6-page script for that. Just organizing my thoughts on, because I had streamed Danganronpa, and the kind of theme for the entire stream was, man, I really liked Sayaka. Well, it was I really like Sayaka into I really liked Sayaka. So yeah, I thought that Sayaka, there weren't really many videos in Sayaka because she's, spoiler alert, oh, I should have done this before I started, but Sayaka dies in Danganronpa pretty early on. And there weren't many videos on Sayaka, and I thought, you know, if you look up Sayaka Maizono, you're only really gonna get like 1 video that's actually like related to her. And I was like, let's just add something to it. Not a lot of people defend Sayaka. Most people just straight up don't like her because she obviously, more spoilers, but she obviously killed Leon, 11037, and not many people really knew that she didn't know about the rule of everyone dies if you get found innocent. But yeah, so not a whole lot to say about that video. It was just a good video. I didn't put as much effort into it as a lot of other videos, but it was pretty straightforward and it got the message across. Fairly popular. I think it's like 5k views-ish. Pretty good. Or maybe more. Kind of forgot, lost track. I believe this was right before that, the Childhood Friend Never Wins Tsubaki Sawabe video. It was just kind of a character spotlight on Tsubaki Sawabe from Your Lie in April, and she was another character, much like Sayaka, that didn't get a ton of attention through the fan base. She was just a side character that a lot of people just forgot about, but I think they did her character so well, and I thought her character kind of arc was super good. So I wanted to make a video on that because, again, if you look up Tsubaki Sawabe, not many results, but I was passionate about the character, so I thought it'd be a cool video. And yeah, I also did quite well. A lot. The thing is, less than the Sayaka one, but it did pretty good. And I think if you look up Tsubaki Sawabe, that's one of the top search results, I think. But it also just could be because it's my channel, so it's not gonna pop up. I don't know. Moving on. Let's do this one. Let's do Persona 5 Complete Meme Compendium. I'm kind of torn between SS and S, but I think SS tier. I think that just anything where I put a lot of effort into, along with voice acting, because that kind of ties it all together, is the ones where I'm really proud of. I think it looks really good. I think that's the one thing. If you could say anything else about the video, but I think the kind of format of the video, I think it just looks really good. Like them holding the signs and stuff. Like I had to edit all those. That was definitely took a lot of work just with the small things. A lot of small like details. For a long time, I actually I didn't even want to watch it because I thought it didn't sound good at all. Because I was very self-conscious. Or I became very self-conscious after Love is Like a Cocktail, the first episode came out, because all the people I knew in real life who've watched the video gave me so much shit for it. So I was very self-conscious, but I watched it back like a week ago or so, and I was like, why was I being so self-conscious? This was really good. Like, this was actually for just a shitty high schooler, this was a very, very well put together thing, you know? So I was like, why am I ashamed of this? When I heard it, I was like, this is actually really good. So double S tier. I think this is I think it was just really good Tommylmao content. 5k views, which I'm also very happy with. Yeah. So I think what I've learned just through all the videos that I've made was just stop worrying about what other people think, really. Like, obviously you're going to care a little bit, but you know, at the end of the day, as long as it makes you happy to make the video and it makes enough viewers happy to watch it, then there's nothing to be ashamed of. I think I've let people kind of determine, you know, what I can and can't do on my own channel. But I'm just really happy with the way that a lot of these videos have turned out. So that's gonna be in double S tier. I think it's just a great video overall. And now that I'm done gassing myself up, let's do a terrible video. Big Man Tyrone thing. Okay, so this was when I was still All Hats. It's like kind of a pre-Tommylmao versus post-Tommylmao thing, but I went under All Hats back then. And how it went was, after the video, I had a commission from Big Man Tyrone, which I think maybe some of these kids actually don't know who Big Man Tyrone is, which is crazy to think, but I got like a channel trailer from him, and that got like a lot of views on his channel. It was like 20K, and I got a lot of subscribers and a pretty decent amount of hate from that video because I was like being funny in that video, and some people like weren't, because I said like traps are gay, and a lot of people did not like that. So yeah, a lot of people just flamed. A lot of people on Discord like flamed me for that, and they didn't even know who I was. But they're just like, yo, why'd you say that? It's fucked up. Whoever paid him to say that is fucked up. And I was like, alright, let's make fun of these guys for making fun of me. Got completely copyright striked. You can't watch it. I think it's banned in every single country. I forgot why. It's something with music. It's always music. Wait, no, I was banned in certain countries, I think. I know it's banned in America. Or was it banned in America? I kind of forgot. It was banned in a lot of prominent countries. This was banned globally, I think. You can't watch this at all. This was it was like a review of gamers. Wait, no, this was really good. This was really good. I remember it now. No, it wasn't. It was the A tier. No, my voice work was so bad in that video. I think that video had everything going for it. The editing was superb. Actually, maybe I'll play like the intro or something. But if I ever make like an actual best of Tommylmao, that's not just like a prank. The intro to the gamers review that I made was, I think, probably the best, like act straight up the best content I've ever made. Like the first like 30 seconds of that, it was so well put together. Like the editing on that was so amazing. I don't know, it's hard to describe without, like, none of you guys have seen it, I'm sure, because it got like very soon after it got blocked in every country. Man, I was like peak Tommylmao, and that was fairly new as well. Anyways. So we got some not so great videos. Let's got a video that got a ton of hate. Or not a ton, but got a pretty decent amount. This will change the way you watch Kimi no Nawa. For those of you who don't know what about Clickhole, it's basically like a satire site that's very obviously fake and not to be taken seriously. And they did some stuff with like movies about like, this will change the way you watch like the Titanic and stuff like that. And I took that and I was like, alright, well, let's do that for anime. And I made it very obvious, or the best I could, that I put a Clickhole thing in the top left corner of the thumbnail, and I put something in the description as well, and like something in the video, just to make it obvious that this was just a joke. And I started off with some very obvious jokes. People still took it seriously. They thought I was, oh my god, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, dude. He's like obviously not like a... I've never been so disappointed in the YouTube community as a whole. That video is at like below 80% like ratio. Like, isn't that bad, but like I got a ton of angry comments on that, and I'm just like, dude, it's so obvious. Do you really think the voice actor actually like straight up died while filming it? Like, anyways, I'm done complaining. Alright, I'm done, I swear. Another bad video. We'll put the Smite videos in C tier. So Smite is a game I play a lot, and I was like, you know, I want to make consistent content. Let's just start making Smite videos. And I started making them, and it was fun for a little bit, then it got really, really not fun very fast. It's just not fun videos to make. So, not much to say about that. I thought the videos were really good, that they're quite informative. I thought, for any Smite players out there, or mobile players, I think this would be a really good video to watch. But I don't know, I wasn't adding a ton. Let's do the Danganronpa video. This was another pretty bad video. C tier. So I did this video on stream, and then I just took the VOD and I added like a chat like window, and the compression's so bad. I'm clipping, my audio's clipping the entire time, and it just, the production quality is awful, but it was a pretty good idea, just like making tier lists and comparing community tier lists. Thumbnail was also really good. The thumbnail was great on that video. Yeah, I don't know. Thumbnail was great, but everything else wasn't that good. I should probably talk about the thumbnails more. What's like the best thumbnail? This was a really great thumbnail. This was a pretty good thumbnail as well. Can you see my cursor? Yeah, you can't see the cursor. Okay. This is a good thumbnail. What's like the best thumbnail? This was a really good thumbnail. But is it the best? Maybe, nah, Love is Like Cocktail's too simple. I mean, looking at these thumbnails, they're all pretty good, but they're all, a lot of them are very, no, this is, I think this is not the best thumbnail, but it's really good. I think they're all really good. If I had to pick a best thumbnail though, I've had a lot of good ones. I think probably it would actually be in like my Doki Doki Literature Club playthrough. Be one of those. Those thumbnails were actually so good, but I didn't. I think those got privatized. Moving on. We did a pretty bad one. Let's do a pretty good one. We're actually running out of videos, kind of. Nah, these are all like the videos I just started out. I thought this video was pretty good. It was very, very short, but very sweet. Didn't get a ton of views, but I don't know. Naoto dancing was like a thing. I was like, alright, well, let's make a video on it. Why not? Yeah, I don't know. Didn't get a ton of views, but it's fine. Didn't take a whole lot of time either, so, you know. Not a whole lot synced into it, and not a whole lot gained from it, so who's gonna complain? Not me. You know, I guess let's do it with the very first video ever. Donald Trump makes anime real. Put that in C tier. So Donald Trump makes anime real. There's a lot I could say about it, and I've said it. I've said the story before, but I guess we could go through it again. I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I wanted to make memes about anime, because those are two things that I liked. And you know what was a big thing back then? The 2016 presidential election. And you know what's funny? Trump. And you know what's associated with Trump for some reason that I still don't really know why? Anime. Trump anime. Let's do it. I thought, look, there was a video called Initial D Trump that was very similar. And I wanted to make something very similar to that, and I was basically kind of just stealing their idea, but you know, it's the first video ever. I thought it'd be fun. I thought it'd be a cool little thing, and not a lot of people would be mad about it. I didn't think. And here we are. And I kind of regret it now making it. I mean, for a first video, I will say, like, most people's first videos are terrible. Like, the quality's terrible. And the quality's bad. Which is a lot less terrible than terrible, if you get what I'm saying. So not the worst first video ever, but I do kind of regret it because since it's the first video, people are gonna look it back and it's like, oh my gosh, he was a racist. He liked Trump. But yeah, that wasn't a serious video. Just let's establish some ground rules. Yeah, moving on. Let's try to get through these kind of fast. This video is at least half an hour already, so. This was a really bad video, the Smash video. I just kind of wanted to see, I thought, hey, I play a lot of Smash, I'm pretty good at Smash, let's make a video, and I can make Smash videos from here on. Smash Ultimate Online is the worst thing ever, so that didn't pan out. Moving on, let's see. Ignore that window sound. You didn't hear it, you didn't hear anything. When toxic players are actually terrible. This was a kind of average video. Not a whole lot of editing, but I just got into a lobby with a bunch of toxic fuckers, and I just happened to have the thing where you can record the past like X minutes. So I started recording, captured all that, clowned on these idiots, and people are still telling me that I was the one they're wrong because I absolutely nay-nayed on those dumbasses. You will never hear me apologize about how the way I acted in that video. I'm so glad I flamed them. Moving on. I hate the double standard where, you know, people are allowed to flame you, but you flame them back, then you're the bad guy. Anyways, most people are like, yeah, fuck those guys, but some people are still kind of about that. C tier, net neutrality, make ban anime. I want to rake in on net neutrality, that whole kind of hysteria, and made a video on it. Anime. I just basically, a lot of the videos were just, hey, here's the big thing that's going on. Let's make it relate to anime. Not a great video. This was a really good video. Road Hats. Professional Hooker. This is back when I made Overwatch content, and I was like, a lot of people are making their montages of their epic sick plays. I want to make a montage of me just being really funny. And also, up there with the best intros of all time in Tommylmao / Lol Hats history. Both these were in the Lol Hats era, I think, of gamers and the Roadhog video. Some of the best openings, intros of all time. Really great editing, really great ideas, well executed. Wow. Neither of those videos got any views. Hame Hame Yukai. I'm put this in B tier, or actually A tier. This was a pretty good video. So the Mei dance just came out in the Overwatch like anniversary thing, and she was doing Hara Hara Yukai, and I was like, yo, this would be a cool video to make, so I very quickly got some gameplay together, and basically I just showed it off, and I was just playing the song behind it. Got copyright strike, had to mess around with it. I ended up using a remix, and I think it turned out more or less fine. So that actually got a pretty decent amount of views. I think it's at like 10K right now. And I was pretty small at the time, so that was always nice to get. Should we do the worst video ever? No, we'll wait. Gabriel Dropouts. It was like 40 seconds, but the editing was pretty good, and I just learned how to make like the all-out attack Persona 5 cut-ins, and I just wanted to implement that into a video, and I did. I think actually another video was very similar to that though, sadly. So that's kind of unfortunate. I didn't actually like check that hard. Moving on. Aramanga Sensei, another really short video, short and sweet though. I took a comic from iFunny and dubbed it over, so that was cool. Got a pretty decent amount of views. It was like 40 seconds. The intro was like about as long, and some people were like, "Yo, why is?" I listened to like as much outro, or not intro. I listened like the outro was as long as the actual video. And I was like, yes. Papiga causes a global blackout. I hadn't really even seen Flip Flappers that much, but I saw the clip and I was like, yo, I should make this into a video. And it'd be funny. I like how there's like a kind of like a bell curve, like, you know, in the actual structure of it. That's beautiful. And so yeah, short and sweet. You know, not a lot of effort, but obviously it's a 40-second video. Another really short and sweet one. But I'm gonna add this into A tier because I actually did some voice acting in it. Nep Slaps. I think it was a comic originally, but I just made it into like an audio thing. And yeah, good video. Let's skip over this for a reason. The first Tommylmao / Lol Hats viral video. Black Watch McCree with Golden Gun. Bad video. It was just gameplay with like a tiny bit of voiceover. Bad video. Can I even put in the same tier as the other ones? Yeah, they're all pretty bad. Really bad. 10-second clip of a weird play that happened. I forgot what's called. It's like another great play in Overwatch. Like, I don't know. It was a mindless Overwatch content. I'm gonna ignore this. The worst video ever. Overwatch gameplay, but I put like Mitsuha sounds over whenever there's a kill. The worst video ever. It was just me being an epic gamer and like the terrible edits that aren't funny or good at all. Worst video I ever made. I hope I never ever release a video remotely as terrible as that video. God, that video is so bad. So bad. Yuck. You know what? I think there actually is a video that will be worse than that. This video, because it's just so low effort, clickbaity content. Oh, what a terrible video this was. It was like 40 minutes worth of just rambling on about the videos that I've made. Oh, terrible. Unsubscribe, please. This YouTuber sucks. Thanks for watching.